This is my ground pad. I am a firm believer in these. I think everybody should have some sort of ground pad, whether it's the foam kind you roll up and tie to the bottom of your bag, or these self-inflating ones. This is a Walmart brand. It was cheap, like $30 cheap. I don't think they still sell them. But it's been a great piece of gear. I'm not a huge fan of Walmart cheap gear, but this was awesome. You open a little valve, you throw it on the floor, it flows itself up, and then you have a little bit of comfort. They're warm, it's an insulator. When you're laying in those hammocks and it drops down below 60, they all of a sudden become an ice chest, and your back freezes. So I throw one of these in there, it keeps the hammock kind of straight, and I all of a sudden got insulation. If you're laying on the ground, those sticks and roots that are poking you in the back no longer exist well, to a certain extent. Right? Roots are kind of, but it's an excellent piece of comfort that is pretty cheap. I think I bought that one for Christmas from Dick's Thermarest brand for like 50 bucks, which is, you know, 50 bucks is a lot of money to spend on a piece of gear, but it was well worth it. Some of them cost 100 bucks. You guys don't need that. You can definitely get one. My sleeping bag. This is my warm weather bag. I hope this weekend doesn't turn into a freezing disaster that we're going. It's supposed to be 45 in the low. This I won't take out. It's usually below 40, otherwise you freeze. You younger guys that don't have the insulation from eating too much junk food your whole life yet, might want to consider bringing something a little heavier. You don't need, like, you know, your winter goose down sleeping bag. You really don't. Okay? It shouldn't roll up too much bigger than this. Most of your modern bags, some of the nicer bags I have, this is a military one, but some of the nicer ones will even give you twice the insulation as this. It's still compact under this. Who's the military guy here? Did you have the, aren't you military?
Mine was a mummy bag.
Goose down? You got the old school. These are the new three-piece kits. They're great. My dad had like a Vietnam. That's
I tell you what, when you're out there in 20 degrees and you lay on your
that kit, I'll show you guys this kit later. This is a three-piece kit that comes with a summer bag, intermediate bag, and then you put the two of them together. It's a winter bag, and it also comes with a waterproof cover. They can be had on eBay for like 75 bucks. I had hired a couple of veterans a few years back that could give me stuff like this all the time. I think that's where some of these came from. The bivy bag, these are about 20 bucks on eBay. They work with any bag. These just happen to snap together. It's Gore-Tex. You can sleep in it in the rain and you will not get wet as long as the head flaps over. And it's cool and it's camouflage, so that makes it really extra awesome. But can't see me. Anyway, like I said, you don't have to go buy the whole kit to get this. You can use it with any bag, and it's awesome. If it's a real windy night and I need a little extra insulation, it's easy, it's lightweight, it folds up in there, so I always bring it. It's something I would recommend getting if you're going to tent or ground or hammock or sleep on the ground. I've been sleeping on the ground for years, and it's kind of saved my butts from the dew too. All right. Then at the bottom of the pack, I roll up my clothes. I don't bring a ton of extra clothes. I like to have a little something to sleep in. I've got a long sleeve, one of those water wicking shirts for hiking. Extra pair of socks, right? If you poop yourself or something, bring some extra underwear. I try not to. But you never know. All right, first, any questions? Can I track with you guys? I still got you? Or what? Are you losing me? You good? All right.
So your center section is mostly like the softer stuff.
Yes. Yep. Some people, if you have like Will's bag, you're not going to have that luxury necessarily to keep all the heavier gear on the sides. You might have to kind of go top and bottom or something. But yes, your sleeping bag should be your center section, I think, because it's kind of where your back is. Right? Most of us don't have frame packs in this day and age. Most of us have whatever kind of backpacks, and you're going to have that stuff pressing in the back. That's how I pack.
So some people like the internal frame doesn't like. It's not rigid to the point where it protects you.
Some are. Some are. Will's actually has a plastic. One of Isabel's, I think, has the plastic or aluminum rails. This is nothing but a piece of foam.
Oh.
So this is a British military bag. Carrymore makes them.
Okay.
The thing about military, guys, real quick, military gear is it's cool, it's cheap, and it's bulletproof, but it's heavy and uncomfortable. And they rate things not for customer comfort, it's functional. Yes, if you could break an handful with a plastic spoon like me, it's a good idea, but it's really going to be heavier, and you're gonna suffer for it most likely in comfort. FYI, right? George's a military gear kind of guy. It's fun. I mean, when I was a kid, that's all we had. That's what my dad had. That's what we had. But just FYI, some of these fancier bags are cost what they cost for a reason. All right. That's my center section. On the top, my easy to get stuff is all the survival goodies, first aid kit. I don't know if I really need to go tearing the whole thing apart. I carry a weather radio. I use my extra batteries for my headlamps and stuff. Right. If there's something coming up, I can listen. Here's a ferro rod. Pass it around. Don't shoot your eye out. These were $1 at Scout Camp one year. Space blankets.
With every day.
Right? They're awesome. You can wrap somebody up with it. You can blind your friends. Trade them all for or whatever. Here you go, guys. Here's another thing. Dollar store. You can buy these things. They're cheap. They're junk. But you break them, you get instant lights. Right? Whatever these things are called. The hippie sticks. Glow sticks. Vape sticks. Whatever. I've got a couple extra things that you guys don't need to have, but one thing that I've seen in the woods is people twist their ankles all the time, so a little sand splint. I don't even know where you buy them. I get them on the ambulance, but it's, I mean, they expired ones. They're terrible. But you can wrap it around. You can actually make a head splint out of it. The neck splint, you can do all sorts of cool stuff with it. I don't know if your parents can find you one or not. It's light. It's easy to put in here. And a map. This is a generic map that I always have of all the Catskills. I have one for the Adirondacks, all the different regions. Like I said, Mr. Golden's got the best map to have is a mission-specific map. All right, a topo map of where you're going that's zoomed in so you can actually see where you're going, what you're doing, and where the water is. All right? This is all stuff you should be able to get to pretty quick. This should be at the bottom of your bag. Multi-tool. They can be had at Walmart for like 15 bucks. Headlamp. You guys are buying headlamps all the time. I see people with the cheap crap ones that are $3 or less. Yes. Spend 15 on an Energizer brand or this pencil. I think it might have been 20. It'll last you a long time if you don't lose it. Guys, with these things, take the batteries out if you're not going to use them periodically. Right? Everybody sees batteries and these things turn to crust up on you. If you want your headlamp to last. First aid kit. Everybody knows what's in a first aid kit. Maybe not you super younger guys. I don't know if you've done it yet, you guys. But we need to go over first aid kit, or is that too much? No. I agree. Water bottle. You should at least have something about this size, or two. If I know I can get water along the trail, I bring one and a water filter. If I don't think there's going to be water for a while on these elevation heights and hot weather, I'd like to bring two of these. All right. There's a million different water bottles. Get something with Nalgene threads if you know what that means. If not, don't worry about it. About 6 o'clock in the morning after my coffee, my bowels go to work and they are very productive. So this is the golden lifesaver of my backpack. I know, it's funny. It's baby wipes, but listen. Am I wrong? Where's it stuck? There's 6 for that. Adirondacks, they actually opened up even more for the hunting season, I want to say, in the southern tier for bears, for black bears. When we go on these hikes, we eat, we drop nuts and berries and all the stuff we bring with us everywhere, and then we hide our food in a tree, and we forget about the stuff, the Cheetos and everything that are on the ground. Bears and raccoons are attracted to that stuff. They're not attracted to man flesh. They don't want to eat you, they don't want to hurt you. However, if you get up in the middle of the night and they're munching on your Cheetos that you left on the ground, bad things can happen, right? So, unless we're bringing like, heavy artillery, a little can of bear spray can go a long way. And I keep it right at my side here. It's easy to bring. I bring it to the Catskills and the Adirondacks. It's a pretty simple thing. It's not on the 10 essentials, but I think it's a wise idea. I have a pair of gloves. Your hands get cold, you got to do something with ropes. It's a good idea if you have a pair, okay? How you guys doing? Tracking with me or losing me? All right, everybody looks pretty satisfied so far. The Stewart's bag is an excellent garbage bag. Last time we had like 18 of these full, and it's a mind-boggling thing that I don't know how we do it. We always bring out these giant things of garbage, and we still have the same size backpacks. So I'm trying to work on the impact of our eating when we go on camping. It's all food stuff, right? And it rots in my truck for 3 days. I didn't have my spoons and forks I usually bring because they're scattered across a million different camping things. I think at Dick's last year, I bought Declan for like $4 a spoon, a fork, and a knife that were aluminum, not plastic, on a little key ring. It's a great stocking stuffer. Ask for it for Christmas. That's all you need, like 2 utensils or 1 metal fork. The plastic ones everybody breaks and they melt when you stir the hot liquids, right? I usually go to Stewart's and grab a few of theirs, but they're totally
Expired ones.
Yes, expired ones. You buy a coffee with it and they'll give them to you, right? This is a wet bag for canoeing and kayaking. It works excellent for a bear bag. Right? And I also like to fill it up with whatever food I'm going to bring. I roll it up and I put it in one side of my backpack. Right? We should have a bear bag with us when we go on these hikes. You hang your food in a tree, keep the animals out of your stuff. But I just happen to have these, so that's what I use. It can be pretty much anything to keep your food in, but okay. Water filter. You guys were bringing, everybody went down about life straws. Life straws are a survival tool. They're not necessarily made for using on the trail. Not saying you can't. I just think that it's kind of a, you know, it's something you're supposed to use in an emergency. You can purify water in this day and age. So I would kind of just look into something a little more efficient. Even the water tablets, these can be anywhere from 40 to 180. Actually, I can spend like 300 on them. But this is one that screws on top of my water bottles. I got the kids all matching stuff, so it works for pretty much everything. You can stick it in the creek, pump the water out. It gets rid of everything but viruses, I want to say, which we don't really have to worry about. What's that? Well, it can be. Usually viruses don't affect you until about 48 hours later. So you'll be out of the woods and near a hospital. Good point, though.
It's if you take your map and know where you are.
We're going to talk about stoves here next. Perfect. So this is like my food side. I put all my food and my cookery, all that kind of stuff in this one side. It keeps it organized a little bit, right? I've got a lot of cooking things because I usually have a million kids with me and not everybody has stuff to cook with. Mr. Foote got me hooked on these MSR little gas, white gas. You guys have all probably seen these by now, right? With us, pretty much everybody here. If not, you put the little white gas thing on, you shake it up, you do a little other stuff and blah, blah, blah. You light this big fire and then it cooks for you. It's awesome. I think it's one of the best things. They also aren't affected by the cold as much as the pocket rockets. So a lot of you guys have these things I saw, right? I know you guys brought them and stuff. This is all you need to boil water in most of the time. But yeah, in the cold weather, these kind of turn to crap. Mr. Nelson had some ideas. You can refill these. There's other options online. Keep it in your sleeping bag. Try to keep it warm. Put it in your coat pocket. But these kind of cold weather, they're not so hot. Nobody caught me. These are $14 at Dick's. Even the MSR, the good ones. These gas things they sell now at Walmart, like a cheap brand, it's like $6. They seem to run out pretty fast, but it's a really cheap way to have instant boiled water, right? So it's a worthwhile investment. If everybody had one of these, think of how much smoother dinner would go. Because what happens is like 3 of us bring camping stoves, and then like 10 people want to cook. So we're all waiting for the same stove, right? It's 10 after 8. So if everybody goes out and spends 20 bucks and puts one in their Christmas list, things will go a little more efficiently. And I think everybody should kind of have one anyway. I'm going to get some for my boys, and you know, it's something you guys can, you know, mow lawns for or whatever. But that's all. I usually bring 1 or 2 pots of some sort to eat out of and boil. I don't like bringing a bunch of plastic bowls, although I do have one kit, the Stanley one from Walmart that comes with plastic bowls and all this stuff. So you can kind of pack it all in this little one thing. It stuffs in your backpack and it covers all the bases. Any questions? You guys all have, whoever's going on this thing, do not have a backpack. Because everybody who's going have a backpack. Does everybody have one in general? No? Yes? Who doesn't?